Gentlemen, if you've ever wanted to create deeper connections with women, this video is for you. Today we're exploring a Stoic, time-tested approach to intimacy that will transform not only how you handle relationships, but also how you approach deeper emotional connections. This is not your average dating advice. We're delving into the psychological principles and emotional mastery that will help you build lasting, meaningful bonds. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with the tools to request intimacy in a way that's respectful, effective, and grounded in emotional intelligence. Whether you've struggled with broaching this sensitive topic or just want to enhance your emotional skills, stick around because you won't want to miss what's coming next. 1. Vulnerability and strength. A powerful combination. The key to fostering deeper connections with women lies in balancing vulnerability with strength. It's a common misconception that vulnerability equals weakness, but in reality, vulnerability is about showing your authentic self, being honest about your feelings, and opening up in a way that builds trust. When you approach a woman with the desire for deeper intimacy, it's essential to be clear about your intentions. However, you need to do it in a way that doesn't come across as needy or desperate. For example, instead of being vague or indirect, you could say something like, "I feel a strong connection with you, and I believe that deeper intimacy could really enhance our relationship." This statement is powerful for several reasons. It shows that you're confident in your feelings, you're not playing games, and you're inviting her to consider intimacy as something that will strengthen your bond rather than something to satisfy just your personal desires. This is how vulnerability and strength work together. You're open, yet you're in control of your emotions. This combination is incredibly attractive and builds trust, making her more likely to feel secure in moving forward. 2. The Stoic art of patience. Let her set the pace. Patience is one of the core virtues in Stoicism, and it plays a critical role in building meaningful relationships. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to want instant results, but true connection requires time and space to grow. After you express your feelings or desires for deeper intimacy, it's important to step back and give her the space to process what you've said. Patience doesn't mean becoming passive or disengaged. It's about staying present and attentive while allowing her to reflect and respond on her own terms. If she feels pressured, she may withdraw, but if she feels respected and supported, the connection will naturally deepen at its own pace. During this time, you want to remain calm and patient. Keep your body language open, maintain eye contact, and let her see that you're in no rush. This sends a message that you value her comfort and that the relationship is based on mutual trust, not on rushing into something before she's ready. 3. The subtle art of suggestion. Planting the seed of intimacy. Instead of directly asking for intimacy, another effective approach is to plant a suggestion. This technique is powerful because it allows her to internalize the idea of intimacy without feeling pressured or cornered into a decision. For instance, you might say something like, "I think being closer to you feels really natural for us, don't you?" This statement doesn't explicitly ask for anything, but it subtly suggests that intimacy is the next natural step in your relationship. It opens the door for her to consider the idea on her own terms, and it plants the seed of intimacy in a way that feels organic rather than forced. This method works because it respects her autonomy while encouraging her to explore the idea of getting closer. You're not imposing your desires on her, but rather inviting her to see how intimacy could deepen your bond. 4. The power of delayed gratification. Build anticipation. Delayed gratification is another key principle in Stoicism that can greatly enhance the quality of your relationship. Instead of seeking immediate satisfaction, focus on building anticipation. Through emotional bonding, shared experiences, and subtle gestures of closeness, building anticipation doesn't mean manipulating the situation or playing hard to get. It's about creating an emotional connection that makes intimacy more meaningful when it happens. Engage in activities that strengthen your bond, whether it's having deep conversations, sharing personal stories, or spending quality time together. These experiences create a sense of connection that goes beyond the physical. Subtle gestures like holding hands, hugging, or sitting closer to her can build a sense of closeness without rushing into a full physical relationship. When the time does come for intimacy, it will feel more meaningful because you've taken the time to build a foundation of trust and emotional connection. 5. Emotional intelligence. Recognize and respond thoughtfully. Emotional intelligence is essential when it comes to navigating intimacy. This means being aware of her feelings, recognizing subtle cues in her body language or tone of voice, and responding thoughtfully. If she seems hesitant or unsure, it's important to acknowledge her feelings and give her space to express them. For example, you might say, "I notice you're a bit quiet. How are you feeling about what we're discussing?" This shows that you're attuned to her emotional state and that you care about her comfort and boundaries. Women appreciate men who are perceptive and sensitive to their needs, and this level of emotional intelligence can make you stand out. It's not just about recognizing her feelings, but also about how you respond. If she's hesitant, don't push her. Instead, validate her feelings and reassure her that you're willing to go at a pace that feels right for her. 6. Self-control. Mastering your desires. One of the most attractive qualities a man can have is self-control. When it comes to intimacy, self-control means being in command of your desires rather than being driven by them. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather managing them in a way that's respectful and mature. When you approach intimacy from a place of self-control, you demonstrate emotional maturity and depth. Women can sense when a man is in control of himself, and it inspires respect and trust. If you're patient and composed, it shows that you value the relationship for more than just physical gratification. 7. Mutual growth and respect. Intimacy as a shared experience. It's important to communicate that intimacy is about mutual growth, and that it will benefit both of you emotionally and spiritually, not just physically. You might say something like, "I believe that deepening our connection will bring us more happiness and understanding, helping us grow together." This shifts the focus from simply fulfilling physical desires to seeing intimacy as a way to enhance your relationship on multiple levels. It demonstrates emotional maturity and depth, showing that you value her as a person and not just a physical partner. 8. Stoic response to rejection. Handle it with grace. In Stoicism, we learn to accept things we cannot control. Rejection is always a possibility when discussing intimacy, but it doesn't define your worth. If she's not ready for intimacy, accept her response with the grace and dignity. You might say, "I respect your feelings and appreciate your honesty. I'm glad we can talk openly about this." This shows emotional resilience and maturity. By handling rejection with grace, you reinforce your self-worth and leave the door open for future possibilities. Remember, Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control others' reactions, we can always control how we respond. 9. Conclusion. Mastering intimacy with Stoicism. To wrap it all up, incorporating the principles of Stoicism into your approach to intimacy fosters deeper, more meaningful relationships. It's not about suppressing your desires, it's about mastering them. By being vulnerable yet strong, patient, emotionally intelligent and respectful, you can navigate the delicate subject of intimacy with confidence and grace. Gentlemen, if you found this exploration of Stoic intimacy insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that dives deep into the psychological and philosophical aspects of relationships. Share this with someone who could benefit from it. And until next time, stay strong, stay stoic, and keep striving for the best version of yourself.